The original. The world's best-selling lure. Tradition. Quality. Handcrafted. Tank-tested. The legendary original Rapala is still the #1 go-to lure, whether twitched on the top as a surface bait or retrieved as a shallow runner. Weighted with split shot for medium depths. Bottom walked with a 3-way rig. The wounded minnow action of the original Rapala floater continues to be irresistible to game fish the world over. This is where it all began over 60 years ago. Lori Rapala developed a handcrafted lure that embodied the lifelike action of a wounded minnow. Little did he know at that moment, he was creating a legend that would revolutionize the world of fishing. Even today, each Rapala lure with a swimming lip is hand-tuned and tank-tested to swim perfectly each time, right out of the box.
The original Rapala is the most versatile and effective lure ever made. Over the years, I've caught fish on this lure from the surface to as deep as 100 feet. Let me illustrate some of the best ways to fish this original floating Rapala. For a shallow water situation, a surface twitching retrieve is a great technique, in and around and over cover like weeds and rocks. A variation of this proven deadly technique is to run the lure just under the surface so it bulges the water. Most of the time you can simply reel the lure slow and let Rapala do the rest.
The original comes in various fish-catching sizes and a wide variety of color patterns. You name the angling situation, and one of the originals will fit the bill. The smaller models, like the numbers 3 and 5, are perfect for panfish and small stream trout. The mid-range sizes like the numbers 7, 9, and 11 are tried and true bass, walleye, and trout producers, while the numbers 13 and 18 are used to target larger predators like pike, muskie, trout, and salmon. The original is simply relied on by millions of anglers worldwide.
One of my all-time favorite techniques to catch giant walleyes and other fish is trolling the original Rapala. The first thing you want to do is make sure the lure is running properly at its design speed. In my experience, a speed of 1 to 1.5 miles an hour is for this lure the best overall trolling speed. To maximize the lure action, I tie directly onto the eye, then pull the knot toward the belly of the bait. It's important that the knot cinches tight on the center of the eye. You'll notice the lure will have a more dramatic roll in action, and that's important. Then I simply let out about 75 feet of line in back of the boat and move along. As I'm trolling along at a specific depth, in this case 5 feet, I intermittently jig the lure. This additional wiggle in the wounded prey action, natural to the lure, will even trigger more bites from game fish in a neutral or negative feeding moods. To fish this original Rapala deeper, I use 3 number 7 split shot 2 to 3 feet above the lure. With this system, I can fish this original Rap into 20 feet of water just by varying the amount of line I let out in back of the boat. I keep track of how much line I'm letting out by back reeling. Every complete revolution is 1.5 feet. Generally, you'll want to get that bait within 1 to 3 feet of the bottom to be effective.
Remember, Rapala lures can be attached to your line in a number of different ways. It's vital not to hinder the lure's wounded minnow action. Split rings, wrap snaps, and a simple loop knot are also used for that critical connection between line and lure. A variation of the original is the jointed Rapala. The jointed Rapala has a more lively, attention-getting action. This extra vibration and flash can be beneficial in a wide range of conditions. For example, in clear water, many trout and salmon anglers prefer the jointed to coax bites from fish who happen to be in more of a selective mood. A slow-moving jointed Rapala in dirty water can be the extra movement necessary to trigger strikes. The jointed Rapala can be presented in all of the same ways as the straight baits. Interestingly, the jointed Rapala has produced record largemouth, salmon, walleye, and steelhead, to name a few.
I've caught plenty of big fish below 20 feet with this original floating Rapala. To do that, I use a three-way rig. A simple three-way rig consists of an adjustable dropper line that goes to the sinker and 2 or 3 foot leader to the lure. With a 2-ounce sinker, I can fish this lure very deep. Generally, a medium to heavier bait casting rod spooled with 12 to 20 pound test line, depending upon what species you would be fishing for, will work. When you are three-way rigging a Rapala, you'll want to try to fish it as vertical as possible. The original Rapala on a three-way rig, a tough combo for big fish.
Year after year, the original Rapala remains the world's best-selling lure, and this is the reason why.